Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip from a plus-size Pilates instructor responding to some people online who were questioning her ability to teach Pilates. She says what makes a good instructor is not their ability to do the whole class with you, but rather their ability to make the experience meaningful. Some people say they can't take an instructor seriously that can't physically do what they're trying to instruct others on, while others say it doesn't matter. We're going to be taking a look at that clip, reading some of the comments, as well as taking a look at a few bonus clips, so be sure to stick around until the end. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. The caption on the screen reads, "This may be a hot take." Okay, are we gonna get to the hot take?
There's just copyrighted music playing in the background here. They're not actually saying anything.
Damn, she wasn't kidding. That was a hot take. No, I'm just kidding. Clearly, the hot take is written in the description, which we're going to read now. What makes a good instructor is not their ability to do the whole class with you. A good instructor is here for you, making your experience meaningful both physically and mentally. It's planning and having the ability to change on a dime. It's working the room. Most of all, it's the energy that you bring to class, making people feel good and fall in love with working out. That's the chase. Okay, so what makes a good instructor is not their ability to do the whole class with you. So you could be an instructor that can't even physically do the class, is what you're saying? I'm gonna say that I want to go to an instructor that can actually do the whole thing that they're instructing me on. Just Josh says, so if my instructor can't physically do what they're trying to get me to do, why would I take them seriously? I agree coaching and playing are two different things, but at least try to look like you know what you're teaching. Okay, he's responding to her saying, you don't need an instructor that can do the whole class with you. She responds to that person and says, you're a certified RN? Just making sure, because no way you're commenting on someone's body or capabilities based upon their looks, right? No, it's based on the fact that you said what makes a good instructor is not their ability to do the whole class with you, implying that you can't do the whole class with the person. You didn't say what makes a good instructor is not someone willing to do the whole class with you. You said it's their ability. So you're saying somebody could be not able to do an entire class, but still be a good Pilates instructor. According to what you said, they're responding to that. This person responds and says, she's teaching the class. Like, actually, she's already an instructor. Your opinion doesn't matter here and never gonna beat the mean girl nursing allegations. Okay, I don't think they said anything mean. They were responding to her saying that a Pilates instructor doesn't need to be able to complete the whole class. And then he responds to that by saying, I was insanely out of shape also. I know a lot about lifting and the science behind it. People would have to be blind or just dumb to follow any advice I offered them. I've seen your videos. Your form is terrible because of your body, not because of anything else. Why would I ever listen to you? Okay. A lot of people seem to want to go to an instructor that has the results that they're going for. A saying that I've said many times throughout the years is, if I want your results, I'll take your advice. I think a lot of people are on that same page. Pammy says, this isn't instructing or teaching. How do you instruct in correct form when you are occupied with filming yourself and your performance? Someone responds to that and says, the camera is just sitting there. No action required. She is also modeling the move here. In fact, this video is about how she doesn't do this the entire time. It's pretty easy actually. First you explain form, then show movement, then while they are in the flow, you film. done. This person says it's like getting swimming classes and the instructor can't swim, but hey, they're motivating you from the side. This person says, I don't ever expect nor want my Pilates instructor to do the whole class with me. What I want and need and pay for is for them to model the exercise, offer tips about getting into the correct form, actually correct my form if needed, and motivate because everyone is struggling. Lol. Right. What you want, need, and pay for is them to model the exercise. So you do want them to be able to do the exercises and to basically do them with you. Not just stand on the side, but model them for you. And this person responds to that and says, exactly, that's what they're supposed to do. It's a workout for the students. No, I agree that she should go around and help people with their form and stuff. She's not just going to be in the front of the class doing the whole routine. An instructor is going to go around and help all the individuals individually, right? You see Brenda over there flopping around like a fish out of water. We're not going to stay over here and keep doing what we're doing. We're going to go over there and try to help her, right? Brenda, you look like a fish out of water. What the hell? That ain't Pilates, Brenda. What are you doing? There's a lot of Brendas that we have to go around the room and correct, right? So I agree that most of instructing is probably going around helping people. I think people are just tripped up by her wording, where she said their ability to do the whole class with you, implying that she couldn't if she wanted to. I think is what people got from that. Carry On says, I want anyone coaching me on anything to be an expert in that field. That's what builds trust and lends credibility to what they coach. How could I listen to someone who won't even take their own advice? Okay, well, I will say she might be good at Pilates, and that has nothing to do with her body size at all. I don't know much about Pilates. I don't know how flexible you need to be or how involved it is or whatever. But if we watch this, there does seem to be a pretty good amount of strength involved in these Pilates classes. If we look over here, we see a lot of people propped up on one arm, and it looks like they're holding themselves up by bracing their core. Okay, it looks like she can do the movements. I don't know why she said in the caption, you don't need a trainer that can do the whole routine with you. This person says an instructor should not be doing the whole class with you. They should be walking around and checking/correcting form. One of the first things I was taught years ago while training to be a bar instructor is that the class you're teaching is not your workout. I don't know if I mispronounced bar or whatever. I've never heard of that in that context. So this person is right. The instructor shouldn't be doing the whole class with you. They should be going around helping you with your form and everything, but they should be able to do the whole class, right? Because the wording said, what makes a good instructor is not their ability to do the whole class with you, implying that some instructors can't even do the whole class, but they're still a capable instructor. That's what I got from that wording. Maybe I just don't understand English. Yes, I say this all the time. How do you know what your clients look like if you're taking the class with them? How do you correct form, coach, motivate? There's definitely a time and place for demos, but class is about your clients. Your classes always look so killer. Wish I could take them. Okay, we do need to be able to demonstrate the movement also, though. That is part of teaching. This person says, I've taken classes with super fit people and the energy is dead. I need energy and motivation. Okay, you're putting a really weird spin on this. Now you're saying that people that are super fit are boring. Whatever you gotta tell yourself, dude. Girl, this is not a hot take. To be honest, I'd rather the instructor check my form. Okay, so we have a mixed bag of supportive and non-supportive comments. Some people say you don't need to be able to do the whole class because you're gonna be focusing on all of your clients and helping them with their form anyway. Others say they would like to be instructed by an expert in the field and they wouldn't be able to take somebody seriously that can't do the entire workout. Next, the caption reads, let's talk about promoting obesity.
I do not want to have to come on here and say this.
I don't want to have to come on here and listen to this. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't, but I just feel like I need people to understand something. Just because I am a plus-sized Pilates instructor does not mean that I can't do the workout.
Well, in that previous caption, you said, what makes a good instructor is not their ability to do the whole class with you, implying that perhaps we could not do the whole class. We specifically said whole class.
That I am promoting obesity, because I'm not. I know that it is not healthy to be overweight, but I also know that one can be healthy while overweight in
Okay, I think we're starting to lose the plot now.
other capacities, blood work, cardiovascular health, metabolism.
Okay. And how are we measuring cardiovascular health and metabolism? I measure cardiovascular health by the ability to do cardio.
Does being overweight put you at much higher risk for those things? Absolutely.
Okay, then perhaps it's not that healthy.
That is scientifically proven.
Okay, then what are we doing?
I am on my own journey, and I've said this time and time again. I do not need to justify that to anyone. But what I want to say is when people are in my comments saying this is like taking financial advice from a homeless person, no, it is not.
Okay, well, some people do want to go to an instructor that has the results that they're going for. And I'm not saying anybody should or should not go to her or trust her expertise in this field, not at all. I'm just talking about what those other people said. Basically, if I want your results, I'll take your advice, is what they were on about.
I am going to debunk that comparison right now. When I teach Pilates, I am not teaching weight loss. I am not teaching nutrition. I'm teaching Pilates. I got certified like every other Pilates instructor. And just because a Pilates instructor is skinny does not mean that they're healthy.
Are they better able to do the movements?
They could be eating all the fast food in the world.
What are we doing?
They could be really healthy. And is it more likely that someone skinny is healthier? No.
Well, I mean, they don't have the obesity, which is what a lot of people are going to various exercise classes to take care of, right? A lot of people went to Pilates to tackle their weight, so an instructor that looks like what they're trying to look like might be motivating to them. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm not saying you're less than a great instructor at all. I'm just trying to wrap my head around what other people are thinking.
You can't tell because our exteriors do not tell the full picture of our interiors.
A moment ago, you mentioned cardiovascular health and metabolism. I would say cardiovascular health is a better measure of someone's overall health. And I don't mean hooking somebody up to some machine that's like, yep, your cardiovascular health is good. I mean testing somebody's ability to walk or run or do a Stairmaster or various things like that.
But that's a whole different story. And the reason that I'm making this video is because I feel like it's important for people to understand that my purpose here is to work on myself. I'm on my own wellness journey.
Some people want to follow somebody that's already gone through the transformation and not somebody that's currently in it.
I know a thing or two about teaching Pilates, and my goal is not to promote obesity. My goal is to teach people to have a healthy relationship with moving their bodies. That's all. We have fun, we vibe. If you have a problem with that, you are the problem.
I don't have a problem with that. If people want to go to you and learn Pilates from you, more power to them and you.
I wasn't going to talk on this, but I just had to. Okay, anyway, I love you guys so much. Bye.
All right, love you too, bye. And I agree with her. I don't think she's promoting anything just by being a Pilates instructor, teaching in the body that she's in. She said she didn't understand why people wouldn't want to go to her because thin people could be incredibly unhealthy and you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at them. So why would you assume that there's some sort of authority on health or something? I don't know, that was kind of all over the place. This person says, I think this is a bit naive. As a thick girly, I would look for a fit instructor because I know they will care more about my well-being. This person responds to that and says, well, that's a you issue and an insecurity issue. I don't know if that's an insecurity issue. They respond to her and say, not an insecurity, homie, just a preference. Yeah, I don't think she's insecure because she wants to go to a Pilates instructor that has a certain type of physique. I don't see how you could call that insecure to begin with. This person says just by being yourself, you're actually helping. You are giving people of all sizes permission to move in their bodies just by being your wonderful self and leading them through movement. It's inspiring and I applaud you. Wish I could take a class with you. You're giving people of all sizes permission to move in their bodies just by being your wonderful self? I don't believe that she's doing that. That's a lot to read into that. She's teaching a class and you're like, you're giving people of all sizes permission to move in their bodies. Like, this person says overweight people literally cannot win. We're judged for exercising, eating, not exercising, not eating, being confident, not confident, judged and deemed not worthy for just existing and minding our own damn business. Someone living their life happily doesn't mean they're promoting obesity. They're just promoting that everyone deserves to live their own lives and happiness. Okay, I agree that she's not promoting obesity or anything like that. However, people disagreeing with her and saying that they would rather go to an instructor that has a physique that they are trying to aspire to is not all the stuff you said. It's not her being judged for exercising, eating, not exercising, blah, 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 blah. People were basically just like, if I want your results, I'll take your advice. Which perhaps is not nice to hear. This person says, you grew and birthed an entire human recently. I don't know how anyone has a right to say anything to you. Right. Lots of people have had kids. That doesn't make you some sort of infallible god that cannot be questioned now. I don't know how anyone has a right to say anything to you because she birthed a human. Okay? I know lots of people that have birthed humans. And the expectation on mothers is insane. Proud of you for showing up, teaching, and you're probably a hell of a mom, too. Okay, you got a little sidetracked there with your own stuff. You just started talking about how great mothers are and how we can't question them because I'm guessing you're a mother. Right, commenter? You had a child, so now all of a sudden, anybody that's had a child, you cannot question them on anything. This person says if they are eating all the fast food in the world, then they would be obese. Sure, they might be eating junk in a calorie maintenance state, but please, our bodies are a receipt of our habits. Anyone eating in a calorie surplus will be overweight or obese. Okay. This person responds to that by saying, that is a blanket statement and incorrect. Things such as metabolism, medication, and other health issues can prevent someone from gaining weight in a calorie surplus. The same is true for a calorie deficit and still holding on to body fat. The human body is complex and there is no one-size-fits-all lifestyle or method to achieve whatever a person's health and fitness goals may be. Well, I mean, a caloric deficit definitely does result in weight loss. Thanks for flapping your ears, Lily. We can't just see what this person was trying to tell you. This person says these are just excuses. No one till date has been able to defy science. Less than 1% of the entire human population truly has a medical condition making them obese. Calorie maintenance is individual. If you have thyroid disease, for example, impacting your metabolism, your calorie maintenance could be 1,600 calories versus someone else who has the exact same stats as you without the disease having an 1,800 maintenance. Eat 1,600 since that's your maintenance. We are tired of the excuses. Okay, so that person was bringing up the point that if somebody were thin and eating unhealthy and engaging in all of these unhealthy behaviors, eventually it would show on their physique. If it doesn't, then they must not be doing it in a surplus. Next. POV, you're in my Sunday slow burn class.
2, 1, you twist, lift your hand, lower down, bring it back, again, twist, lift, lower, back to center, low plank, you hold. How we doing Sunday? Let's get it. Up an inch, back an inch, up an inch, back an inch.
Okay, she seems to do the movements fine. I don't really know much about Pilates, but it honestly seems like doing various forms of planks. We have like 100 different variations of planks, and that's Pilates, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, audience. Actually, don't. Just tell me I'm right. No, I'm just kidding.
That leg in, the right knee to the right elbow, in, in.
Okay, there was another video of her teaching Pilates. Let's take a look at some of the comments. This comment reads, when you think you are doing something, but you are doing nothing. This. I think she was doing Pilates. I think that's what it is, right? Like, I was a little confused about what Pilates were to begin with. I think this is actually it. I think this is Pilates, honestly. Someone responds to that person by saying, your mom. Or not your mom, your mom. And she responds to that guy by saying, don't be shy, give it a try then. I'll try some Pilates, sucker. Carol Bibbs says, not me visibly dying in the background. Oh, are you back there, Carol?
Lower down. Bring it back.
Which one of you is Carol? Okay, and we're gonna wrap up the collection of clips right there. As you can see, we've got a mixed bag of supportive and non-supportive comments. Some people said they wanted to go to a Pilates instructor that could actually physically do the entire routine with them, because in that description, she made it seem like she couldn't. While others say it doesn't matter, they just want an instructor that's gonna go around and give personalized instruction. It seems to me that she can do the entire course, so I don't know why it was worded like that. I also don't think she's promoting obesity just by teaching a Pilates class in the body that she's in. But I don't think there's anything wrong with people wanting to go to somebody that has the physique that they're aspiring to. A lot of people have the mentality, if I want your results, I'll take your advice. And a lot of people are going to Pilates classes to try to lose weight. That's what it seems from a lot of the comments that I've read. Personally, I think the wording was a little strange in that description, and that's what's tripping a lot of people up. You made it seem like you physically couldn't do the entire class. Either way, what do you guys think of the clips that we just saw? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.